Welcome to Generation Dan, everybody, the only podcast where we're pretty sure all three of us will be dead in a decade.
Yeah,
There's a pretty good chance, right?
From like internal or external circumstances, I think that's fair. That's there's a lot happening in the world, Atlas.
You be dead on the inside. Hey, you're gonna be dead on the inside. You keep scheduling these streams during fucking football games. I'll tell you that.
That's a real death of a salesman. Anyway, the comedy show about generational differences. I'm Atlas Novak. I'm a millennial. Who else is here with me?
I am Dino, the genetic marvel, the resident fuddy-duddy, who has been outsourced. I've outsourced my position to another fuddy-duddy, our regular listener, enjoyer of streams, and someone we visited in real life is Joey Edibles. Hello, Joey.
Welcome to the party, everybody. We're just rocking it, man. I'm half paying attention to the stream, half watching the Chiefs-Ravens game, so we're going to have some good times. I'm a multitasker, bro. I work all day and watch YouTube all day at the same time, so there's be no issues. No issues at all.
I want to buy Joey like an extra arm and then like have various sleeves from jackets that he has, so he could just like off screen like put up another shoulder that just scratches him on the back and it looks like it's his own hand.
Okay, so
like, I'm a multitasker. And he's like just random hands start coming in. Yeah.
Where does the third arm go? Is it like in the armpit of one of the other arms, or are we talking like
right in the middle of the back? Because that way you could wipe and look at your phone at the same time. It's got to be right in the middle of the back.
See, I was thinking that
you got like a scorpion's tail thing going on. But...
Well, as I would say, is that if you had it down like a tail, it could not only wipe your ass but also protect your junk from underneath.
Oh,
and then you're like ready for battle. You have your protection arm and your violence arms. Like I feel like there's something there to this.
I would love to see a like that start becoming a thing with genetic engineering, and then the cup industry starts lobbying against it because they're like people don't need cups anymore.
Yeah, I mean, how much does the cup industry really even bring in? It can't be more than 10, 15 million. I mean,
I don't know.
Don't even want cups, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's one of those things. There have been a lot of TikToks on people splicing animals together, and I'm like, bro, this is a problem. Like, you guys need to stop, okay? Because one of those is going to be like, not only am I two predators combined, but also I'm going to grow to the size of a small Volkswagen. And then you're like, oh, okay, so you just made Godzilla. Thanks a lot, guys. Maybe you can just, fuck off. If anyone notices that I'm a little bit wired, is because I'm on hour 159 of a 7-day fast. So I can see through time by like 7 seconds, just to be very clear. Okay.
He's lying. He's on coke. It's fine. you don't have to lie.
Man, I'm too poor to do coke anymore.
So
good times. So you're 2 weeks married. How are you feeling, sir? Have you mastered it? Like you figured it out, right?
You're like Fry on Futurama when he had 100 coffees. Such a great scene. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where they got the thing in X-Men where Quicksilver is running around the room. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's where they got that from.
Oh,
yeah,
sure you are like Fry from Futurama. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Anyway, 2 weeks married. Yay.
Yeah, it's exciting.
What was let me ask you, I wasn't at the ceremony, Mr. Dino was. Let me ask you this. What was the most frustrating thing about the ceremony for you personally? Or I'm not the ceremony, because that's not really it.
The whole wedding?
Yeah, just the reception, the whole experience of the day. What was the most frustrating thing for you personally?
So there's only one thing that I ever dislike, and it's not attributable to anyone really, but is one thing is, and the other one isn't, is that when you have a venue that does other things. So like if you saw the place where Atlas had this venue, it's a massive place and super fucking weird and awesome. Like all the cool things where you're like, I do this for a weekend for sure. Like just as a getaway, doing an event, an anniversary, beautiful place.
For people wondering, it's the Madonna Inn in San Luis Obispo. That's where
if you want me to tell people. Okay,
it's okay. We already went. It's done. Well, it's not like they're gonna show up and we're there still.
Anyways, people who are looky-loos, people who just want to check things out, but are also like they're in a wife beater and like shorts, and you're like, it's a wedding. Can you fuck off? Like it's one of those things where like, I just don't like people who are like, oh, what's going on in there? None of your business, idiot. Get lost. Like that's one thing that I really hate. The other thing is that one of Atlas's close friends did a speech, okay? And hilariously he went up onto the stage, which was actually a really nice stage. Like it actually seems like a really cool place if you did like a evening entertainment type place, like where they had like singing and dancing. It would probably be really cool. But
I could definitely see like Bing Crosby being up there in the 50s.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So he goes up to read a speech or something that he wrote.
Yeah.
And he's very soft spoken as it is, but then also zero mic talent. So he has the mic like over here. And you can't hear shit. Okay.
You're talking about Dan, right?
Yeah. And the perfect thing is,
okay,
he didn't take that opportunity because so the whole time Atlas and Katie are looking at him and they're very emotional and moved and they're enjoying it and they're just such a special moment, but no one else knows what the fuck is going on. So
I see. Okay.
He didn't use that opportunity to go back to the mic at the end of it and go, and that's the secret to life. Have a great day, everybody, and enjoy the event. And walk away. Like that would have been, you only get certain opportunities like that. So
I think the funnier part was it was him, and then it was Katie's 8-year-old nephew. And the nephew fucking crushed it. Like
crushed it.
Crushed it. Like the 8-year-old commanded more stage presence than
100%.
my friend.
There was another kid that was supposed to go up with him who was like, I'm not ready. And they're like, he's like, don't care, gonna go by myself. Like it was cool.
Now it was him and his brother that were like the ring security, they called it. So but like only he was reading something.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah.
Let me ask you this. Was there something that you paid for you wish you didn't have paid for? And was there something you didn't pay for you wish you would have paid for?
100% there is. Let's go. Every man knows that thing.
Every man knows that what?
That one thing at their wedding, they're like, I wish I never paid for that. Also, I wish I paid for that extra thing.
I think that I wish we.
And now he freezes. Perfect.
Wish we would have paid the internet bill, I guess.
I don't know.
Hold on, you say it again. There you go. You're back.
I said that I kind of wish it just went longer. I married an early bird, so she's like, let's finish it at 9. I'm like, I can still go for like another hour or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Time out on the floor. You ended the services and the ceremony and everything at 9?
No, the reception.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that many numbers? 9
No, it was like 10. It was like 10.
Wow. Well, dude, that's so unnecessarily early.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you got to keep that bitch rocking till 12, 1 o'clock, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then like afterward, a bunch of people who were staying at the hotel, I know that they were like hanging out with each other because I went to my dad's room because I thought I left my phone charger in there, and then he's there getting high with my sister and 2 of our family friends. I'm like, I want to stay, and then I had to go back.
Yeah, you have to like that one night specifically. You have to go back. Like that's one of those things, right?
So, I think if it was to pay for something versus not paying for something, I really don't think that I don't know. This is one of those things where the wedding itself was so expensive that it's almost the wedding, sort of.
Yeah, you gotta go cheap on some things, dude. On my wedding, bro, the one thing I wish I would have paid for was a DJ, because my brother DJ, and it was one of the few times in his life he got a little drunk, because I had fucking booze out the ass at my wedding. It was funny because I didn't even drink, and I bought so much booze because I'm thinking, oh, people are gonna drink like I used to drink, and bro, that's not the case. I bought like 3 kegs. You only use like maybe 1 1/4, and I was literally giving bottles away as people were leaving because like, what the fuck am I gonna do with all this liquors? Hey, here, I have a bottle, I have a bottle, I have a bottle.
Yeah.
So like, but I would have definitely paid somebody to DJ because my brother got drunk and played some weird shit. Like he has music, and he was playing like some kind of fucking ska from Paraguay or something. It was just fuck you.
He's playing like the Spin Doctors at 10 at night. That's fucking fantastic.
Like the Spin Doctors cover band from the mountains of Tibet.
Yeah.
Using all mountain singing. You're like, oh wow. And you're like, yeah, that's perfect. See, that's okay. I had a DJ.
I liked our DJ. Our DJ did a pretty good job. He was kind of a pain in the butt in the time leading up to the wedding because it was the problem was that he is Katie's dad's boss. So there was there was a little bit of political finagling where we couldn't push him too hard because then he might lash out at Katie's dad or something.
What were you trying to push him for?
Well, because it would be stuff like we had a family friend, for the father-daughter dance, there was that song that our family friend recorded. He wanted to play it live originally. And the DJ was like, I don't know. No, I don't want anyone to hook up.
He's better for that. You don't want that lot. As much as you want that won't screw up.
Yeah.
You want that because people are like, I'd rather perform it live. You're like, nope, because you don't know what might happen in advance. Because people will people, their entire lives could break down. They lose their jobs. Something happens the day before, and you're like, and that's gonna be your problem. So
So I think that turned out better in the end. But there was another thing where he almost didn't have a microphone set up during the ceremony because he's like, I don't want to haul my stuff downstairs. And it's like, dude, come on. And then of course my mom being the way she is, she's like, why don't you just tell him to fall in line or whatever. I'm like, again, there's a you have to ride the line of making sure to get what you want without having some sort of
that's he did a good job. There's no question.
He did a great job. And he played Rush during cocktail hour, and I'm fucking proud of him for that.
Hey, also too though, the lesson you learned there is don't mix business with pleasure. You're like, oh no. That's you don't mix those two things for that specific reason because
if you mix business, if you're really fun and the shit you do is fucking awesome, you can definitely mix business with pleasure. Everybody at work knows I got a show. Everybody work knows what I do. We kick it. You got to be magnanimous. You got to be bigger than the moment. Have a good union. Be really owning of what you do, and you can mix work and pleasure. You really can.
But that's making work a pleasure, right? That's the difference, right? Making work a pleasure, I think, is paramount to survival and growth. There's no question.
Oh yeah, you got to have a work wife. You can play with titties in the office, shit like that. I mean, that was back in the day.
That's not what that means. Just to be very clear. God, Joey. Joey's the warning. Okay, so listen. This is what you want. This is where you start. Not so much. It's fine. Is it survivable? Yes. Is it a problem? Also, yes. I love how Jim Eaton's instead of a DJ, I just had people sit around listening to talk radio for my wedding reception. I mean, that's a baller move, right?
The one thing I wish I would have paid for was at the end to have somebody clean up because I decided to go cheap and you cleaned. Oh god, that was rough. I didn't really want to clean up. It was we didn't get out. It's 1:00, dude. It was
okay. Well, being that it was at a hotel, they had staff doing
okay. That adds quite a bit to the front end bill, though. It really does. You rented a hall. The hall rent was I don't know, $1,500, $2,000, whatever. But
the other kicker was because of the way the place is designed, you didn't really have to do things like flowers. It was just part of the.
It was like that too, where you're just it's already decorated, so I have to. Everybody gets a bouquet or a boutonniere, and that's it.
We just went to the Dollar Tree and got those little things and put them in a vase on each table. I mean, I did my shit. My shit was more group party oriented. I was like, all right, these people come to reception, and I just post on Facebook, hey, I'm having, I invited all my friends, obviously, but anybody else was like, hey, you just want to come out and party, come out. I'll give a fuck, So we had a decent amount just show up even because it was a Saturday night, just party.
Yeah. No, but
Joe,
that's what you should do.
Do you have a large family, a lot of siblings and?
Not my immediate family's not too big. I just got me and my brother. Back then, my parents were still alive, and some of my cousins went and shit like that.
Okay.
I mean, both my parents have since deceased, or not. That's not have since been deceased. That's the way I want to rephrase it. But yeah, the wedding itself. I mean, my brother had a wedding too, and whatever. But I mean, it's weird though because it's a societal change and me getting older. But the amount of weddings you get invited to. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a dick too, but the amount of thing, it just decreases the older you get. I've been to a wedding in a hot minute, bro. It's been at least fucking 5 years.
I had 2 weddings this winter. It was one of my buddies up here, and then Atlas is down in California. And I was I haven't had a wedding to go to in quite some time. Which there are also too. There's a few people who I should have been invited to your wedding. Fuck you.
I mean, like, I went to my sister's in August, and then this one. But
that's weird. You guys had a 2 in 1. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot for you. That's a lot of emotion to go through. That's for sure.
These are the 2 things that I learned from that. One, summer weddings can eat a giant dick because
100%.
The middle of August in California and it was outside too. No air conditioning.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good male question. When did you guys, I mean, obviously we know Atlas and me got married in winter, but like, what is the prime season for weddings in your opinion? I like the winter weddings because, like you said, these wedding clothes get hot, dude. They do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They fucking, them tuxes get ballsy hot. And
I've
been to a couple summer weddings. It takes me back, but my goodness gracious, bro. It's, you got to have it in at least the spring or, I would say, in my opinion, April's the latest you should be having a wedding. And depending on where you're at, I mean, it's, it can get ridiculous. Fall weddings are cool too, but like, I think I like about fall weddings is, bro, we're in a country where it's obviously run by football. You don't, I mean, current events and people notwithstanding, you just don't schedule events during big games. You don't. I've seen people do it and they expect, why nobody? You got to acknowledge the elephant in the room. You do. I know you can't be out here scheduling events from 1 o'clock on a Sunday. You're a fucking retard. Sorry for the R word. You're an idiot if you do that. You are. There's football. People like the games. No, don't make it acceptable for all the guys.
Dude,
half the guys
the Dolphins game was going on that day. My dad, okay, so we get to the reception and he's got one headphone in and he's got his phone in his lap watching the Dolphins game. He did not talk to anybody until the game was over and his spirits were crushed. And then he
No, but that's the thing is like know your audience too, right? Like I've seen a lot of people who are like they are big like football fans and then they do it at a time when they're playing football. I'm like, you're an idiot. Like, you should know better, right?
Yeah.
Me, Atlas, we're like, what do we know? We don't watch any sport. Like, sports, we're like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. I know how the sports work, but I don't keep up with the season.
The General Hospital Days of Our Lives part of it. There's so much drama. You're like, okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Here's the other kicker, Joey. Both of my parents are the youngest of 5, which means that's 10 aunts and uncles plus all of their children and possibly all of those children's children. So what my sister and I did was, because both of our weddings were within a year of each other, we split up the family, right? Like, I'll invite, Aunts Jan, Patty, Ellen, and then you do Uncle Steve, and like, just as a way to do all that without, shafting anybody. But I think I really pissed off my Uncle Steve because I didn't invite him to but only him. Everybody else seemed to get what was going on.
Well, you got to invite people, and I know this is unpopular opinion. I mean, obviously your closest buddies you want to invite them, but when you get to that fringe stuff, invite the older people, invite the people with more money. Why are you gonna invite these broke fucks to your wedding and not gonna give you nothing? I mean, if somebody's out here and they're getting a bunch of money in child support and they're fucking living in a trailer, why are you gonna invite them to their fucking wedding, bro? It's not happening. No way.
Okay, hold on.
All right,
this is something on the record. Okay, let's make sure this is clear. If you throw a wedding with the intent of having it paid for by the money that people give you, don't have a wedding. That's simple. Don't do that. If you expect that there may be some funds that can be contributed after the fact to, say, your honeymoon or upgrade in lifestyle, whatever it is, great, no problem. But no one owes you absolutely anything. That's just flat out. I'll tell you this much. I made more off my wedding with 178 people than I did off my wedding with 420 people. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you should make the money back theoretically that you spend on the wedding.
You should, but you don't have to.
I mean, if you don't, you're kind of overspending. No, I mean, it's
but that's the thing is, Joey, I'm having a party and I want everyone to come enjoy with me. I am not inviting you just so you can give me money.
Oh yeah, I'm not making anything mandatory. I'm obviously being a little facetious, but I mean, if you're invited to a wedding, you got to be cognizant of the area. And if you're in the Midwest, I would say if you're invited to a wedding, $100 gifts appropriate, maybe $150. I mean, it's not like these things are cheap. I mean, some people still think $20 and a card's good. It's not going to work good at NFL. You need to give these people some money back. I mean, but I always try to, whatever the per person plate cost is, I try to do that in 20%. You know what I mean? Like
that's a good
it's a good principle.
idea.
Yeah. He's out. No, but that's
we had like we had our registries and then honeymoon fund, which sorry,
God, Liz, your internet sucks. There you go.
You suck.
Yeah,
yeah.
Probably.
So I had our registry and then like a honeymoon fund.
Yeah.
I had like our registry and a honeymoon fund was the like thing that people could donate to.
Zaragoza has told you, sir. And fix your shit.
Also, too, if you're out there and you're getting married and you're thinking about doing the registering for gifts, this is a weird thing to say, but just ask for money because nobody ever goes to the fucking registry. We can get one thing off there.
Sure.
Oh, that's another thing. Okay. Do people not realize that? Okay, so there are 3 parties, 4 technically, that happen before a wedding. Okay. So, wedding party number 1, an engagement party. Okay, that is where you would give a gift. That is where people should register. Okay, that's where you would fill that in. Next is there will be a bridal shower. Okay, the bridal shower will be stuff more catered to the lady, and the guy maybe will go out with his boys. Maybe we'll just sit in the background. Whatever. Okay. From there, you have bachelorette parties. That should be, if anyone ruins that or brings a camera, they can be eaten alive by the party. That is the rule. Standard. Yeah. But also too, like the idea is that shouldn't be a pain in the ass. Like everyone should enjoy the shit out of that, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the wedding. The wedding is here. I concur with your wedding, and I hope you have a good start. I hope this helps. And I work like Joey is that I would hope that the funds I provide would cover the plate and a little bit extra. In Atlas's case, I spent a ridiculous amount of money on vacation, so he got a crisp $100 bill in an envelope. It was great.
Yeah,
it was very. I'm very progressive that way. So I don't know.
Boo! Touchdown Ravens.
Who is pegged to go forward? Is it?
Well, I mean, the Ravens are favored by like 3 or 4, but I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce in the playoffs, so we'll see.
Okay.
And right there, they almost sacked Lamar, and he came out and he just chucked one deep, and Zay Flowers got in the end zone. It was a good play on Lamar's part, but we'll see.
I should ask my dad if he's watching the game right now.
Absolutely,
I'm gonna ask him.
I feel like there is something beneficial about Sunday afternoon football. Is that like you stay at home, you chill out, maybe do some shit, talk to some people, and then that's it. And then it's bedtime.
Well, normally during Sundays during the season, I mean, it's an all day the fuck event. I mean, we start if it's a home game, if it's a away game, we'll go to. I mean, we'll start tailgating 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's and then the game's at 1, and then fucking by the time you get out of the parking lot, get home, it's like 6. I mean, that's a longer day sometimes than I have to work. You know what I mean? So it's it can be an event.
Do you guys go to the Browns games and tailgate? Like, what do you bring your own gear
I got
and stuff?
tickets to the Browns games. I go to tailgates. If it's shit weather and I don't feel like doing it, I don't do it. But I mean, I go to the majority of the tailgates, and we'll try to go to 2, 3, 4 home games or away games a year. Like I went to LA this year. And,
Indy, which is super cool. Like that is why do you have season tickets, Joey? Is that why?
Oh yeah, it's my 4th year of season tickets.
Wow. Just so everyone knows, I'll give you his address. You can rob him. We'll split it 50-50. It's fine. No. No, that's so honestly, like that's the thing is I like the idea of going to a game. Like I've only ever been to a Bills game in Buffalo, and that, bro, awesome.
We don't do they jump through tables and shit. We don't get that crazy, but we do. I mean, we do some. I mean, it depends. We like we're retail game. It's like, and this is weird to say. We got people got a little bit more money. It's a little older people, you know. So we're a lot calmer, a lot chill. We welcome other fans to the tailgate. That's what's called the pit. It's kind of like little neighborhoods of tailgating. And then the main lot in Cleveland is called the Muni Lot. It's called Cleveland Municipal Parking Lot. They call it the Muni Lot. Bro, that place gets out of control. These guys will fucking get in fights, and it's another world over there. So
I don't like. That's the only problem with like concerts and games. I'm like, I love going out. I hate people, and I especially hate stupid people. Not interested. Just, like, and they're just like, oh, well, you shouldn't have. Hey, man, take it somewhere else. Everyone else trying to enjoy. We all paid. Just take your attitude and fuck off. Not interested. Jim says he's only rooting for the Niners. Where the San Francisco? 49ers?
Yeah, later on at 6:30, the 49ers are hosting the Detroit Lions.
Who's set for the end? It's supposed to be
whoever wins these 2 games plays the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Ooh, Jesus.
Okay, so it's going to be one. So this is the semifinals before the Super Bowl.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
That should be interesting.
I hope the Lions make it just because they haven't been good since Barry Sanders.
Well, the Lions have not been to a Super Bowl. This is the first time they've been to the playoffs. They're having a playoff win since 1981. The last NFL championship they won was 1957. I think it was.
Oh my God!
They've never been to a Super Bowl, so this will be pretty. Yeah.
Hey, man.
I missed the waterfront there. They're showing the waterfront there in Baltimore. That's a choice location. I like it, man. The Inner Harbor. That's fun out there.
Which do you favor? If it's obviously you would prefer the Browns to go through, but if it's not your team going through, which do you prefer? A great game or like an underdog winning? What's your?
It kind of depends on the team, really. As a Browns fan, I have obvious rivals. The Ravens are in my division, so in this game, I'm rooting for the Chiefs just because. It's going to be a good game. These are elite athletes. It's hard for them to fuck some up, but I just want. I'm going to root against the rival. Typically, I'm not going to root for Baltimore, kind of thing. Yeah, it'd be like rooting for your ex-wife's fucking current husband, kind of thing. There's no way.
Yeah.
I hope you do good, Ted. Have good, Ted, with my ex-wife there. Have fun. We're good, baby. Yeah. I ain't seen this shit, so.
Jim says he's hoping for the Niners and Kansas City.
That's what I called. I predicted 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I called that was going to be the Super Bowl. I actually called all 4 games right last week, and if it continues, if the Chiefs and Niners win today, I'll call 6 games in a row. Right? We'll see.
Wow, it's impressive.
The Chiefs and the Niners. Oh, so it's Kansas versus Baltimore right now, and later is Detroit and the 49ers and San Francisco.
Yeah. Wow. I guess by being a Californian, I should be a Niners fan, but not really.
At the end of the day, it's like this, man. It's like with my kids; they don't really like sports. That's totally fine. Totally fine. I don't care if people don't like sports, but you got to have passing knowledge of it. And this is necessary for you guys. You got to know who some of the main players are, some of the main good teams are, that kind of thing. If fucking Patrick Mahomes, everybody knows who Mahomes is, for example. You should know who Patrick Mahomes is as a baseline. For basketball, you might not know the entire lineup of the Lakers, but you know who LeBron is. You know who Durant is. That kind of shit.
Yeah. You know who Kobe is. Because of the shirt behind you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
It was the 4-year anniversary of Kobe dying the other day. So
he was their pilot, right?
Hey, you know what's weird? Dude, my daughter is the same age as Gianna would have been. She's 13. Every time I get in the car with her, I'm like, this is a really good Kobe moment right here. Better drive safe.
Jeez.
That's horrible.
I know. That's where my mind goes, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, I get it. That's for sure. It's one of those. That's the thing. Is I enjoy participating. If I go to a stadium to watch, watching a football game is an awesome experience. I highly recommend it, especially if it's a good game. Definitely. But watching it on TV, I'm like, it's okay. What's up, Dorito? I am so glad I made it here to get advice from Joey, the skid mark on weddings and marriage.
Hey, so when we were
that's fair.
When we were making our wedding playlist, Katie told the DJ, no Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
She's like, I'm like, did we why? And she's like, I just don't like them. I'm like, okay,
that's a little racist, but okay.
I guess. What's was there anything on your guys' wedding playlist where it was no
Bieber?
There's one. I was literally just gonna ask that question. What's one song you cannot fucking stand at weddings? For me, it's Play That Funky Music, White Boy. I cannot stand
that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's fucking racist. It's horrible. Most weddings, they start out with the standards. When you're having the fucking hors d'oeuvres, they play Sinatra and all that shit, and then they get into the little couple twist and shout, get into the 50s and 60s, and then they'll get into the 70s music. Because at that point, they usually play the funky music. That's when I want to just fucking punch people. But
which is a fair and just response to that song. For me, I was like, I don't want any Bieber, and I didn't want any what was the name? It was like a softer, romantic type music guy, Bublé. It might have been Bublé, and I was like, hey, because there was a review that said there was a little too much Bublé, and I'm like, hey, I'll just nip that right in the bud. Nope. No Buble. He was like, oh yeah, that's fair. He goes, do you guys want any of that kind of music? I'm like, a little bit here and there, but not much. What are you saying, Judo? Joey's advice would be a simple answer for both weed and boobies. I mean, that's a great wedding. Okay. Extremely low cut bridesmaids dresses. I mean,
yeah, this is the thing about weddings, dude. There's two uniforms that women wear that I really like. I really like scrubs on a woman because it fucking shows off the ass like no other fucking thing ever. And I really, really have a wedding dress or a bridesmaid's dress fetish. Oh my god, they're fucking so hot in them things.
Is that the worse the dress, the better? Or you're like the more horrible the bridesmaid's dress, like the unwearable at anything else other than as a bridesmaid is what makes it hot. Yeah,
right. If the bride's like, oh, we need a kaleidoscope wedding, they got like eight broads there, and they're all in different fucking colored poofy dress. Oh, it's fucking hilarious, dude.
The amount of brides who are adamant about all of their bridesmaids looking like shit. They're like, you can't get a haircut. Your hair has to be like straight. If it's curly, straighten it. If
it's straight, curl it. If it's
yeah. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, that's insane. Like, I was like, hey, like for my groomsmen, I was like, when are you guys free this time? Okay, meet me here. They meet me here. It was the tuxedo shop. I'm like, you guys are getting this style with this tie and this thing. I'm gonna mail you a shirt, so you're fine. And I'm getting ties for you. Done. And they were okay. And I'm like, do you want me to pay for it? They're like, okay. I'm like, all right. So I paid for their rentals, tuxedo rentals. Yeah. And then I got something different for myself. That was it.
No shit. No, I didn't. What did you have? Colors? What colors did you pick for your wedding?
For me?
Yeah.
Do
you remember?
I think it was just fairly like black and white. So like my tuxedo was black and white, and Victoria's obviously was a white dress.
Did you have a bow tie or the standard ties?
No, I actually had to find it online. I had a paisley white tie. And so I'll see if I can find a picture right somewhere. But I essentially looked like Fat James Bond. And I tried on both, was like a black tuxedo, and then this one it was a white jacket. And my wife was like, you should go white. And I'm like, I feel like if I lean over, people are gonna think that I am one of the tables because of my giant white back. And she was like, no, you really need to use that one. And I was like, we'll see. So sure enough.
Oh my god. Wait. Yeah. Fat James Bond. I would like as an SNL sketch or something, where it's just him doing James Bond stuff, but he's like eating eating Rolos or a fucking like Twinkie or something the entire time. He's talking like this. James Bond. You know, like, so almost the Sean Connery voice.
I'm trying to find.
And then Joey, for my wedding, it was jewel tone, so like red, yellow, green, blue, purple.
That means.
You want the colors I chose? You're gonna. It's quite obvious by my background jerseys, but I had brown and orange.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Because you got married in the 1970s. Is that?
Go to Facebook and bring up a wedding picture so everybody can see our wedding albums.
Okay.
We'll be like these 35-year-old prods who show everybody these wedding pictures. Nobody wants to fucking see. Let's do that right now.
Wait, so fuck, my phone's all the way across the room. How do you want us to do this, Dino?
I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
Share window.
Kind of adjust your tux. Okay. As long as I ditch the waist.
Okay, there's Joey.
Okay.
So albums.
Go to the Varel. There's an album called The Varel Wedding. Just go to that.
The Varel Wedding. Okay, here we go.
That was the just pre-gaming. We're just hanging out.
Now you're fathead. Holy shit.
That's me. Yeah, and I look weird back then.
You look horrible. You look much better now. So congratulations. You're aging like fine wine.
My mom and Kim's mom, rest in peace, both.
Oh.
My mom's Kim's mom and my dad, rest in peace, all three. They're St. Ignatius Church. That's where we got married.
Wow.
That's a nice church, though, bro.
This is a nice church.
It was built in the 1800s or something. That's my buddy Mike and Danielle Metz. Yeah. Some of my wedding party. But that was the wedding colors and that's Danny Burrow and Tony. They split up a while ago. She was sucking her boss's dick, supposedly.
Oh.
Yeah. She turned out to be a fucking mega whore, bro. She's whack job.
That's so sad.
Danny's with a good, better woman now, though. Kelly McCarthy. She's good for him. She's a local realtor if you need a card.
Neat.
There
In
That
the
is,
Cleveland area or somewhere else?
Kim's friend Jenny, the maid of honor. There's Kim's dad walking her down the aisle. There's Kim.
Ooh.
And shots of the
That's a
church.
nice wedding, bro.
It was nice, man. It was legit. This my buddy's dad took all these pictures with the fucking whatever camera. I paid him like $80. It was whatever.
So I too had two friends that both really like taking pictures. I'm like, hey, would you mind taking pictures? I'm like, I can pay you, but I'm like, I don't want to. I want to save money, and I feel like you guys would take a like more impromptu pictures. You guys look so romantic, but at the same time, Joey, you look like Frankenstein in these pictures.
I'm a tall fucker in that one, huh?
It's not just that your head is fucking square as shit. It's ridiculous. It's oh God.
Keep going. There's some reception pictures here. It was a UAW hall in Parma.
Oh, we're getting there.
That's a bridal party.
Looking good. Ooh, ladies are already down. Very exciting. Very romantic. Come on.
That's me and my brother. That's a cake.
There's
a bunch of guard guys. They get all fucking call it.
And then that's it.
He's got a backwards hat on. Seriously?
I didn't wear that at the church, but I wore that with the tux. It's
That's fair.
Oh, okay. All right. For the reception, that's cool.
Yeah. Let me just.
I was like, if you're wearing a goddamn backwards hat while they're like, "Do you, Joey, take this woman?" and then you're like, "Take the hat off, put it on your chest." I do, or what?
Well, I've been wearing
I feel like
the same. This here is the new era of 5950, bro. I've been wearing the same basic hat since literally 1985, bro. That's when I got my first one. So that's, I mean, it's kind of my trademark at this point, you know. So why can I not, wear my wedding day?
Here, let me do. This was my wedding. This is how we looked. That was my best man on the left.
Jesus Christ! I didn't know they made a size 60 suit. What the fuck is this?
That was probably 58. Yeah.
My goodness gracious! I was exaggerating for effect, and I was pretty much right on.
Hey, we actually, so the suit that I brought to Atlas's wedding was size 52 chest. Okay. The biggest suit I ever had, which was just before the pandemic, was size 66. So I've lost a ridiculous, like, it's not even anymore where you're like, oh yeah, you lost some weight. I'm like, no, bro. I lost like a large person from my body. And what's remaining, still a large person. It's weird. But let's see, my tux was more desert type tux coat. That's fine.
We're still waiting on the photos from our photographer. We have them for the rehearsal dinner, but no one wants to see that.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Well, like, you got to pick them, right? Don't they like give you a bunch of selections? You got to go through and pick 1,000 out of the 15,000 or whatever.
I don't know.
It'll be 1,500 pictures. Well, now I don't know because they're all digital, right?
Did you just any deal with that? And you're not even worried about it. I mean, it's probably the best thing to do. She's taking care of it. I mean,
I don't know.
It's the brown tuxedo in honor of the Cleveland Browns for sure.
Of course, that would be right.
That's it.
Question
hit me up.
Yeah.
What do you know, Dorito?
I sent a few pictures that I had just from people taking photos in the Generation Dan.
Do you want me to share them?
Thing, yeah, and then one more that I wanted to pull up because it's fucking hilarious. As soon as I go find the thing.
Okay. There. Just put it on.
Okay. And then that last one.
That's it. Who's that?
Here, just put them up. I'll explain.
All right. So, can you finally see your penis, bro? Yeah. Hey, so for every 35 pounds you lose, Dorito, you gain 1 inch of wiener. As long as you have the wiener.
Like a 13-inch dick, bro. That's fucking.
Oh no, like so I'm like so I always thought I was around like 7.5, but I'm like you have to push down to get to that 7.5. Now I'm around 8 a bit. So
yeah, it turns out that's the genetic marvel that they were.
The genetic marvel was all the funny thing is I still have like a fupa there, so I'm like, there's still room. I'm like, so
yeah.
My one buddy used to go, this isn't a gut, this is backed up dick.
That's exactly what it was. I'll tell you that much. Turns out that is exactly what happened, sir.
I'm hung like a tuna can, so I haven't seen it in years.
My favorite was like, I'm hung like a baby, 9 pounds, 21 inches.
I love the the Ron White thing where he's like, it's like a cheese wheel. It's like that long, but it's that big around. You know?
I called the guy that at a wedding, and he was like, "Fuck you, bro."
Yeah.
It's a real thing. Like, so I could see my dick while it was hard when I was at my fattest, but I couldn't see it. Like, I didn't. Right.
Yeah.
And at this size, I'm like, I can see it soft, but also like hard. I'm like, it's way out there. So it's great. Yeah. So
I may not touch bottom, but I will stretch out the edges.
Yeah, well, listen, I will go deep and hit the wall.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Sorry.
Touchdown Chiefs, Pacheco, so it's 13-7 with the extra point pending.
All right. Give me 1 second here. So Atlas, these are some of the pictures. We're out of picture space, so I gotta deal with that.
Okay, sorry.
Hold on. Sorry.
My dad said Kelv just made an amazing catch.
Yeah, Kelsey had a phenomenal catch on fucking third down. It was Mahomes was being rushed, and he just caught it like when he was coming down. He's having a great game, man. He's having a great game. And they've only showed Taylor like once or twice, so quit whining. Now, I will admit about the whole Taylor thing. The first couple weeks, especially the second week, it was overkill. I'm not gonna lie. The second week when she was on the thing, and they cut away to the game was supposed to start at 8:20, and they cut away to Carson fucking Daly explaining the game to Swifties like we're all fucking toddlers. I was like, nope, I'm insulting my intelligence. Turn that bitch off. The next week, the coverage got back to normal. So at third week on, when they start going out, fine. But the first couple weeks were unbearable, dude. But it's fine now.
All right. Okay. All right. I got everything done. So here are the pictures. Let me turn off comments there. Here. Okay. So we have here, which is a super great picture.
Yeah. So that's unfortunately the only one we got in advance, and that's why it has the watermark. We're still waiting on.
I know why photographers do it, but I cannot stand watermarks. I cannot stand it.
Yeah.
Dude.
My guy was like, no. You get all your proofs. There's a watermark along the edge, so it is in the negative, but you could just cut that off and you'll get your picture. They're like, they're not. That's the whole idea of not being a dickhead. That was the venue.
Yeah. So there's my sister, her husband, and then two of my other groomsmen. The guy with the glasses is the one who like mumbled off to the side.
Just like the whole time, man. And then who's this?
Okay, so this is Katie's brother Dustin and his son Riley, and then Katie's dad. Yeah.
And that's you and your mom and Katie.
Yeah, Katie, me, and my mom.
Lovely footwear, Atlas.
Thank you.
Him telling her what's the deal now? No.
Yeah, what's the deal with this wedding? Why am I here? I mean, come on. I could be playing some board game with my RPC buddies.
Yeah, Katie also was wearing Converse. If you're gonna make fun of her,
she should.
That was.
Hey, footwear, dude. Hey, I'm not gonna hate on any woman who does not want to wear heels because those look uncomfortable as hell. So I'm not gonna hate.
Me, Atlas, and Mary Kennedy, who
has been on this show before.
Who has also been on this show before. Then okay, so there's this one. So I don't know.
That is Root Beer, who is my co-host, one of my co-hosts on Nexus at Night. At the end of the wedding, right before we did the little bubble thing.
I didn't even see him. Damn.
Yeah, like to meet him. He was at a table. They did not move the entire night. I don't know. They all just sat there and talked to each other for the entire night.
I mean, I get it. Yeah. And then you have the guy who definitely got shit-faced. Right there.
All right, so there's Riley. He's wearing his mom's like fanny pack. It looks like a messenger bag.
Yeah.
And then there's Katie's mom, fucking lit in the background.
The boys looks like a newsboy from the fucking 40s.
Bro, that kid.
They're all about it. President Roosevelt has been shot.
The Madonna. It was a great night.
So those are the only ones that I kind of really have on me that like are from other people.
Yeah. It's I forgot. I didn't send you any other pictures. Did I send you the pictures?
Did you do the thing like Katie and Atlas's wedding as a hashtag and have people do that, or you said nobody take pictures, only the regular photographers?
No, there was a hashtag. It was a Stovac wedding. Hashtag Stovac wedding.
I don't think I posted anything. You know that, Atlas? I was posting like reels and stuff of you and I, but then I didn't. I have all the pictures. I'll send them to you just so you have copies.
Nice.
Oh God. You know what? That's one thing that I wish. So I told two of my friends. One was going to accompany me, and one was going to accompany Victoria during the day. They both were hobbyists for photography, So I'm like, you guys take pictures. I'm like, I'm like, do your best. I'm like, I've already been married. I know that nobody gives a shit. And barely anyone will ever open up their wedding album again until like way, way, way down. And I'm like, we're collecting pictures of other stuff. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, like,
yeah,
I want to do, like for Christmas, I made Katie a photo album, of like us before we met and then leading up to us meeting. And the last part of the photo album was her bachelorette party. So I want to do like an album about the wedding and just have it start with my bachelor party and then go from there.
Hey, make sure you blur out the parts. I've seen these videos on like thing what happens at these bachelorette parties, bro. So be sure to blur out like the long things and the
all shenanigans.
Yeah. She had a veil with wieners on it.
That's
that
is how that goes.
Yeah, I don't love when people would be asking like, "Is the bride gonna wear a veil?" And she's like, "Not unless you want dicks on it." Like,
it's better she got a veil with dicks on it than a dick with veils on it. So that's a good. That's
touche.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not even sure how that works. Is the like
not
dick
in a good
wearing
way,
a veil, or is it like a tattoo
of
veils?
I'm just trying to find all your. By the way, did you see, Alice? It was closer to your thing. There was a pink Jeep that was like, it said Velociraptor on the license plate, and it had a sticker that said "Clever Girl" on it. I was like, bro, I applaud the commitment to the bit.
We saw her as she was leaving the morning after, and I was like, amazing. Like through the window, I was like. And then she rolls the window down and goes, "I have a DeLorean too," and then drives.
Oh, that's a devil woman.
Yeah,
that was some sort of like harpy or evil. Yeah, that person was definitely gonna.
Yeah.
My cousin got married and you can rent this place out in Cleveland for parties at the Crawford Auto Museum. And like, if you go in the one part, they have all the classic cars and shit. That was really cool because like you're sitting there getting lit, and then you walk around. There's fucking DeLoreans and Packards and all these old cars and shit. Yeah. It's really, if you're ever in Ohio, you want to get married someplace cool, I recommend it. I don't know what the price is. I mean, if you're, if you got an unlimited budget, whatever, but
I wonder if the LA Auto Museum does that.
They probably do. And you probably have to hire some of their security personnel, but I mean, most venues, I think, with the room will work with weddings typically.
Yeah. So up here, you can actually rent museums out as a venue. Like, so we have like the Royal Ontario Museum, which like has like 60-foot totem poles in there. Like, it's wild shit in there, right? But you can rent it out as a venue, and it's a huge auditorium. They're just like, they just shut it down. So it like, honestly, it really depends. Like for us, we had we're big movie people. Like, we love going to the movies.
You go to a lot of fucking movies. Like now let me ask you this. You just like the experience, obviously. Will you, no matter what the quality, will you keep going to movies? Because you've seen some movies that, in my opinion, no offense to you, I would just never see. Are you going to keep going to movies just for the experience, no matter what the quality?
No. Like, we haven't been in 2 weeks, but just because there hasn't been really anything really good. And it wasn't at a good time. Like, there's factors, right? But like we went and saw the Marvels just because I wanted to see it either way. I'm like, you know what? It wasn't as bad as people say. It wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as people allude to, right? But like, yeah. So some movies, I'm like, I just want to check it out, right? Like, but normally it's more so just as an evening, because we'll go to a VIP theater, which means they bring us food to our table. We can sit there in advance. It's usually a full recliner. No one's going to talk to us. No one's going to bother us. That's exactly how I prefer it.
Yeah.
Right. So we had our wedding in an Art Deco theater. Every table was named after a specific movie, and Victoria took the time to build like miniature terrariums with a scene from the movie in there. And then people got to take them home. And like one of them was like, it was like a wilderness scene. And then it was just like a 5-pound solid bolt. And it was for Iron Giant. And I'm like, I love that movie. It's a great movie. So it was like literally this 5-pound bolt, which the kid who won it was like, can I just take out the bolt? Because it seems a lot. I'm like, yeah, you can, but you got to keep the bolt. That's the prize. I'm like, it was from Iron Giant. Like, it was like 5 inches and like by like 2.5 inches in diameter. Like, it was a massive weight. So, but yeah, it was fun. But this one, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Let me stop sharing there. Why is everyone paused? What's going on here? You guys are all looking other places, you dumb cunts.
Yeah.
Did you go on a honeymoon? Do you have any honeymoon plans? I never went on a honeymoon. We never did.
Wow.
No, you should, man.
Okay.
It's a nice little treat.
Being that's like it's 2 weeks past it. Who cares at this point? So we originally were going to go to Ojai, and then about a week before the wedding, Katie was like, "Okay, we say we're going to Ojai, and then just come back here and use the honeymoon fund to like
do cool stuff. Yeah,
reload our savings and get sushi and just have kind of a staycation." And she's like, "Don't hate me." I'm like, "That's a fucking great idea. Are you kidding me?" Like,
so it isn't a bad idea.
Yeah,
but like, it's you had a staycation honeymoon is not a bad idea, but at the same time, like, you should even go away for a weekend.
Yeah,
right? No, for a weekend, do something, right? You should go away. But yeah, I do respect that. The hustle.
I definitely love we got home. I was like putting together like the bookshelf behind me. This one. And I come in and nearly shit my pants because my sister opens the door. I was like, "What the fuck? There's not supposed to be people here." And she's like, "I had something I was going to tape to your door, but it was open, so I was going to make sure it was locked, and then you're here. And why are you here?" Because I didn't tell her. Yeah, and then Katie was taking a nap at one point, so we probably woke her up.
That will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but well, we went to for our honeymoon. We went to Greece, right? So like, the night of, we stayed in a hotel. We stayed the next day as well. It's just like a weekend away. Go back to the house, move all my stuff. Everything's done, and then sure enough, like it was because we got married June 30th, which is the day before Canada Day. So everyone has it was a Tuesday. But it results in like you get a better price. But I'm like, we start at 6:30, so everyone can go do work, no problem. Come to the party. We're partying until 2. Tomorrow's Canada Day. Everyone has it off, no problem.
Is there a place that I said, okay, cost isn't an object, for the place at least? Where would you go for 1 week with your significant other?
Monaco.
Well, Japan, you
would do. Interesting.
Or Vienna.
Japan's not that expensive.
Well, Austria and the fucking Alps with the log fire and shit. I fuck with that. What about you, Dino?
Monaco. Where I would just go where it's just going to cost an exorbitant amount just to experience it as you can. Hey, on any level, Monaco is ridiculous, right? So if cost is an issue, I would go there and I would have the highest of possible experience. Like, oh, I'm lunching on a yacht. Then I'm going to take that yacht and go around and fucking piss on people because I can. So I believe you can rent most museums in LA for events. Yeah, for sure.
Whenever I hear Monaco, I just think of that Archer episode where they're there for the Formula One Grand Prix.
Very pricey. Oh yeah.
So that's Grand Prix and like Benoit balls. Yeah.
That's the thing is like because I've been all over Europe. I've been to the Caribbean and stuff. Like the last Caribbean trip that we did that I really, really enjoyed was Bahamas. And I want to go back. Yeah, we went to Nassau and bro, we had a good hotel. It was the food was, I'll tell you this much. So they had a steakhouse where you just had to line up when they opened and you would get reservations and you just eat.
Okay.
Then we actually had, because we did it for our anniversary, that you could book a meal with a butler. And that was like $300 US, which I'm like, that's fine.
So funny. Yeah.
So we were supposed to be on the beach, but she's like, "Hey, Mr. Bletsis, listen, as you can see, there's a storm. It is supposed to be redirected, but we can't guarantee that. So I want you to look at 2 different places that will be indoors and maybe a little bit better."
It's a random question. Say I came up to you and say, "Hey, Dino, I need you for an 8-hour experience as a butler. What would your price point be that you charged?"
$1,000.
$1,000? Okay.
With Dino as the butler?
Yeah, Dino has to be the butler, doing all the butlering things, giving the food.
Oh, not only would I charge $1,000, you'd be getting a fucking deal. I'll tell you that. Because the shit that I cook, even like right now. So yesterday I did in a crock pot was a leg of lamb.
Oh,
bro, the whole house smells like it. And everyone's like, maybe a little bit too much salt, but damn, that was good. And I'm like, all right, well. So yeah, I'd make you my lasagna. It's very good. It's very tasty. You'll love it. But oh yeah, I would. Hey, if anyone's interested in hiring me as a butler, $1,000 for 8 hours. That's all I get. and I will wear a tuxedo, the whole kit and caboodle.
Now,
Also,
are you going to have them provide you the tuxedo? Or are you going to get your own tuxedo?
No, I'll probably wear one of my own suits.
Okay.
Because I have a couple of suits that have special linings and stuff like that, which I'm like, listen, I believe the job of a butler is also in providing, but also maintaining an existence. So I will happily be security, and I will fuck people up. So yeah, I would preferably wear my own suits where I have all sorts of little addendums to it to make.
All right, now here's a random question for you, because I didn't wear any military uniform at all to my wedding. If you guys were like, say, an ex-cop or you were in the service or something like that, would you have worn that kind of uniform to a wedding ceremony? Yes or no?
To the formal ceremony, yes.
Yeah, would you wear like the police dress blues or your military dress blues or something like that to a formal ceremony?
I would. Yeah, but I would change for the reception.
Oh, for sure.
Just because, like, it's more so like, maybe not as a cop unless you were like an important cop, because like even like it's a little like it's an important thing, right? If it's an important part of your life, like if you're in New York and you're a New York cop, definitely you're gonna dress your fancy blues for your wedding. Like that only makes sense. But also, you may also get firebombed if you do that. So,
why would you get firebombed?
Just because people hate cops right now, and that's which is
can't say I blame them, but yeah,
I know. See that, but that's the problem is, then the cops aren't the problem; it's people, right? People are the problem. Now, has that become out of control? Yes, but that's not. You can't just attribute that to being police. You're like, no, because then there's a lot of people, 100 miles an hour. Bro, there better be a BJ involved. No, but a solid rough man handy. That's fine. Over the pants.
A socked foot, maybe. A socked foot.
Yeah,
be like, Jarvis, make me a sandwich.
Bro, and that sandwich would make you come.
Now, would you, if somebody had stipulations like that, I need you to talk in this certain accent, I need you to address me as this, you know what I mean? Would you agree to those?
Hey, $1,000 brings you top tier butlering, okay? There's no, and that would, hey.
Let me hear your butler voice.
Hello, sir. I'm a service. Yes, sir. It's
well, not, that's another good question. If you had to pick an accent to use for the butlering, would you go with the classic style, English butler? Or would you go with a Southern accent or an Italian accent, or what would you do?
I know he sounds like Niles from The Nanny if he was trying to seduce you.
Maybe I am. You know what? I believe that there is a there's definitely a thing. I definitely like to throw in like a German accent every once in a while and be like, yes, mein Führer, what may I do for you this evening? Are you requiring a preparation of the bath? Do you need one toaster or two? And that's fine.
I'm doing these classes for my teaching credential right now, and it's being taught by a German lady with like a really thick German accent.
Mr. Bench.
When I was in Kent, bro, the place I lived at, there was a German lady down the hall who had a baby with some professor, and we would just hang out. She just breastfeed right in front of me. It was just funny as fuck with her accent. She'd be like, yeah, I like the nipple, yeah. And
you're just like, all right.
But she would just go like whip it out and be like,
literally right there. She didn't give a fuck. Yeah. I'm not gonna look. It's a baby, but it's just so funny how casual she was about it.
Hey, that's one of those things where I'm like,
oh my god, what a fucking lucky play for the Ravens right there. The ball was tipped and the fucking receiver grabbed it.
Tattoo.
I'm telling you, I would definitely like, other than like, if I was a butler and someone's like, you have to tattoo your face, like, I'm not doing that. That's not gonna happen, right? Like, it's not. Aside from that, though, yeah, like, or you gotta go, you gotta have sex with somebody. I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. But like everything else, oh yeah, make me a sandwich, absolutely. How's about Lurch?
You rang, yeah.
Rang.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, no. There's always. I would if someone was like, hey, I'm gonna hire you as a butler, $1,000 a day, 7 days a week. I'm like, oh, yeah, no problem. That's when I would start negotiating. Like, okay, well, I need vacation time. I need that. But yeah, I will be if you want full day service. Oh yeah, $2,000, 24 hours. I will live in your house, no problem. Daily though, it's a lot.
For another $200, you'll eat out your wife.
No, but I'll let her blow me. That's fine. I'm a gentleman, sir, not a monster.
Talk about this is uncomfortable territory for me.
But yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. It's only a matter of time before they start hiring giant people as butlers. I'm like, yeah, bro, you need protection. Like, I am 6'2" and 260 pounds. I haven't eaten in 7 days, so right now I'm like maybe 260, but yeah, definitely around there. So I can throw my weight around. And not that my wife is like, I will kill you. You're like, oh, thanks, honey. Appreciate you. No, that sounded more like gadgets. Oh, gadget. Lurch. I think Lurch was just low toned, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen Adam's Family in 40 fucking years. I barely.
No.
Yeah.
I can't do a super deep voice like that. Usually I would just get my buddy Kyle to do that because he'll do super deep because his voice is just alarmingly deep. See, told you there would be a PJ involved for 100 videos. Well, yeah. And they'd have a great time because I just sit there and put my hands behind my back. It's great. But yeah. So, yeah. Congratulations, Atlas. You figured out marriage.
Okay. This is one of those things where it's like the fun's just begun, right? Like
for 100%. Listen, this is the thing is you will now go through a very I
gotta use a bathroom, but I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Go. You're in a situation where you've already lived together, so there's a lot more that you've already resolved as a couple. But now also too is there's I've told this to people numerous times, and every time is consistently right. And the people who don't agree with me, you're just lying to yourself. Where it's like, listen, even if you live together, even if you have kids together, as soon as that certificate is signed, things change. Yeah. Not for the worse, not for the better, but things are different because now it's on record, right? It's a whole other thing. This is a great combo to Mosh, right? Yeah, well, it is a good conversation because people need to hear that kind of stuff, right? So, but in general, you're like, yeah, you have to now still negotiate that stuff because because now it's not just well, I'm not okay with you doing that. You're like, no, I have a problem and we need to resolve this, right? And then it comes down to some people just don't want to talk, right? But having an awkward conversation 1 million times is more worthwhile than anything else. Have the hard conversation, open it up, talk about it, do something, because you know what? As soon as you don't, someone else will. And that is the beginning of the end. Like it's hands down one of those things where having a conversation will be the difference between longevity and not. But it takes time. Like, honestly, listen, me and Victoria we've been together for 16 years. Actually, next month will be 16 years. And Congrats. When the thing was signed is different, but not in a bad way. It's no it's no longer a two-way street. It is a one-way street, and it's us versus everyone. That's it.
I thought Pink Slip was in reference to someone getting fired.
Same thing. You get fired from the single crew. Okay. But you know what? Like it's one of those things where, yeah, you have your work cut out for you, and hands down, anyone who suggests not working towards a common goal is not your friend. Just period. Right? Like that's so. Just so you guys understand, I signed up for somebody encouraged me to sign up for a fasting app that we could go do it together. No, absolutely. No, I appreciate that.
Is this like your porn accountability buddy with that porn watch app where if somebody like Atlas was going to go on porn,
this is just for fasting. So
Christian porn helper, whatever it's called.
It's
because the Speaker of the House does that with his kid or something.
Yes. Fucking weird. How are these people in charge, Atlas? Fuck.
Hey, there's no one in charge that should be in charge. Let's just start there. So, bingo. And if everyone wants to be in charge, don't put that person in charge. They should not be in charge. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
But all that being said, like you have to go through certain experiences together, and some will be hard. But the fact is, like every fight, argument, disagreement, not lining up on principles that you go through, if you fight and resolve it, your relationship will be that much more strong and durable for the long run. And the less you have those awkward conversations, the weaker you're just attacking the foundation, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you just have to go through it, ride or die. Oh, bro. Yeah. Let's not make comments on that, but yeah.
Right? We're not trying to die
I
out
appreciate that. No, but it's like, listen, you get like, I feel like marriage is one of those final things where you realize like you literally only get what you put into it. So if you don't put anything into it, yeah, you may never get divorced, but that's not a success. It's more so just like they weren't willing to fight, and neither were you. You're just roommates. That's all it is, right? That's a bad thing. It's bad.
Oh, thanks, Luch. Yeah, this is Luch's buddy's band, Voodoo Gold Skulls.
Nice. Anyways,
well, I didn't. That was a great place to end the episode on. I think. Joey, thanks for coming on. Generation Dan.
It was a pleasure. I'm always down for an online chat. You know me, but I'm a stream hoe, as they say.
A stream hoe. Where can people find and follow you and all that good
Square
stuff?
Table Degenerates only on YouTube, baby. We got Monday. That's tomorrow at 3 p.m. We have Jim Morris. His claim to fame was he pitched for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. There's a 2002 movie called The Rookie, based on his life, featuring Dennis Quaid. So check that out. Yeah, that's gonna be on tomorrow, and then on. Let's see. I got 2 more guests coming up on the 16th of February. I got actress Lisa Donitz. She was Jeannie from Old School. And then on the 23rd of February, I got actor Jesse Heyman coming on. He's been in the background of all kinds of shit. He's been on Old School as well. He was on Big Bang Theory. He's also known for kissing Jay Leno. He was on that GoDaddy.com commercial. A couple other random things he was known for.
I just remember the GoDaddy commercials with Danica Patrick.
Yeah.
So hot. Thank you. We got almost the entire episode, and now Dino's canceled. There you go. I am a objectifier of women.
All right. You can find us at Generation Dan in all the places. Yeah. For the social medias, find me at Atlas Novak in all the places. My YouTube channel is The Epileptic Comic, or my other podcast, Nexus at Night, which is about a trading card game. If you're not a fan of that, I completely understand.
Most consistent line of the show. And I am Dino the Genetic Marvel. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, follow, send me a message, follow me at home. I don't really care. I'm bigger than you. I'll beat the crap out of you. Don't try
stalk him.
Yeah, by all means. But I will win because I'll stalk you back because I'm a weirdo that way.
Right. I also welcome if you want to stalk me, please. I ain't not going on. It'd be fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Joey, you sounded like the Mortal Kombat announcer. Finish him.
Finish him.
Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everyone.